Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Choma NJ. Thank you for clicking on this video. Happy International Women's Day. Okay, I know it's quite late, but I think women should be celebrated every day, every minute, every hour, every second. Yes, 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 yes. Anyway, happy International Women's Day in arrears. Happy International Women's Day every day. And by this video, I think Mother's Day is in the next 2 days. I think it's on Sunday. So this month is basically Women's Month. So yay, just being a woman right now, because it feels really good to be celebrated. It feels good to just speak with other women and just feel good, really, generally. And the theme for International Women's Day this month cannot be overemphasized. The theme is breaking the bias. And basically what it means is just being celebrated for being different in our own ways. Most times people always think that women just want to be equal with men. They want to do what men are doing. They want to just want to take up men's spaces. They want to take up men's job. These are the things we're actually talking about. People always once you identify as a woman, you're sort of put in a box, or maybe you're put into, or you're only delegated to the kitchen, you're only delegated to cooking, sweeping, cleaning. They don't see you as intelligent, they don't see you as smart. When they give you a certain role, you're expected to give excuses as usual. So basically what this thing is about, what this breaking the bias is really about, is about being being who we are and seeing us as someone that can achieve in all spheres, any role, any place we find ourselves. We can thrive, we can be different, we can bring up ideas, we are smart, we can take up very high roles because we are smart, we can think, we can just do what we do because we are women. I really love the theme of this year, so I'm really going to mention like 5 things that we should, even I am also guilty of it, because sometimes okay, let me give an example. Most times when you hear someone that's taking up a new role, sometimes you think there's a certain image that comes to your mind when a role is called, maybe like a head of let me just say a head of a department. So most time you're thinking of an older maybe an older man, more experience and all that. So recently someone was employed, was taking up a new role. I already had this notion of my person, just another person, maybe someone that's been in business for so long. And when I finally met this person, it was a very young, she was a very young lady. I mean, like very young, as in not entirely what I expected. So I was actually guilty of having this stereotyped thinking of what someone should look like and what someone should be, and who someone should be at a certain time, at a certain and I felt guilty. So I think everyone is guilty of this sometimes, but even though we preach and we say things about not trying to stereotype women and trying to put them in a box, sometimes we are found guilty of certain things. So I'm going to highlight 5 things that can use to imbibe this breaking the bias theme in our workplace, or even in our businesses. Number 1 is, don't box yourself. We women ourselves actually have to take up this one, because if you're given a particular task to do, I think most times we already downplaying ourselves by saying, okay, we can't do this because we are women. Let me give an example. Female engineers, most likely the only female among so many men. If you're not so outspoken, mark yourself in a certain environment, show up. You have to show what you can do without being arrogant about it. If you can't showcase what you are and what you do and what you can, what makes you stand out in the midst of your team members, if you not give them a reason why why they believe that women can't do certain roles, or why women can't do certain things, there's a reason why you're there in the first place. There's a reason why you chose to do the job. Yeah, that's why that there's not so many women in that role. You chose to do it because you can do it. So most times when you're giving up a task, the first thing that comes to your mind is that doubt that you can't do it, but you really can do it if you put your mind and heart to it. Take it or leave it. Most times when women are given jobs to do, there's always that people already have that notion that women are always giving excuses. Oh, they have to go to the market, or there's they have kids to take care of. Basically, we just need to show up. We just need to show what we can do differently. We just have to break that bias and tell them that, see, what that man can do, I can actually do it, and I do it in my own way, and even I might even do it better. The first point is actually to show up. Just show up, be there when you're needed, show that you can actually do it, show that you're interested. Number two, the assumption is that women are not cannot do some certain tasks because they see it as difficult. They see it as difficult to them, and women are just better at admin work and typing and doing the simple things here and there. Most times people are guilty of it. They tend to give women the simple jobs like typing. You might be feeling like, okay, why is it? But because this stereotype thing is, or this bias thing is actually is so ingrained in our society that you don't even know. Yes, we preach about it, but most times almost all of us are actually guilty of it. So it's actually a conscious effort to actually see that. You hear reasons like, okay, women have more things to do at home, they're usually very busy, and those kind of excuse, which is quite understandable, but still give room for the women at least to actually show what they can do. They might even, the man might also be as, in fact, the man might be perfect and be so good, but the truth is that women also come with a different perspective to how tasks can be done, which can be of good value to a team. Number three is having female representatives in across your workforce. Technical roles in terms of engineering, IT, how you tend to see more men, and in terms of HR, admin, sales, front-facing roles that have to do with customers, you see more of women. I think there should be conscious effort to actually try to look for female employees that can fill out these roles, because the truth is having a diverse workforce will actually make the team work. I feel everyone is different and everyone has something to bring in, no matter how someone is looked down on. That's one thing I learned when I actually started working. And in doing recruitment, it will now fall into the HR or whoever that is doing recruitment for a company or for a business. So if you're looking to employ for certain roles that that mostly men fill, I think you should look out for the women that are actually taking the effort to actually apply for this role, because most times women don't apply for certain roles because maybe they're not good at it, or they just don't see themselves thriving there. So but for those women that are actually trying to apply and are trying to apply themselves in those places that that women normally wouldn't, I think that should be looked into. When it comes to women and workplace and businesses and women inclusiveness, I'm up for it because I feel women are actually very intelligent, like really, really intelligent. Because so if we actually can run the homes or run businesses just the way we run the homes, do you know how many successful businesses we will have? Like, do you know how many? Like, because sometimes running a home is like actually running a business. You have to be up and doing that. Sometimes you might have some lapses, but it keeps running. That is some hard work. So I don't even understand why people don't even see women as intelligent. And it pains me when a lot of women don't see themselves doing certain things because they're just women. They don't think they are strong enough. They don't think they are intelligent enough. It really breaks my heart. First one I'll talk about is be aware. Read up more about what breaking the bias means. Also, read about what women in the society are really about, what women are fighting for, what women are actually always talking about. Sometimes we are seen as people just talking and okay, another women's meeting again, what do they have to say again? Sometimes I hear comments like that, what is it? People always meeting. All the people from your Igbo meeting, you people go to another international clinical at the Lilupeju. The next one is at Okomaiko. Tomorrow is at Ibadan. People always doing meeting. But sometimes have you sat down to ask why? Why do we have so many women? Okay, every time we are going for one meeting, try to talk, try to try to motivate ourselves, try to because we handle a lot of things, and sometimes it can be so stressful, so tiring, and sometimes it can be overwhelming, and we feel we're not doing so much. So just meeting other women, trying to share ideas, trying to fight for what, how the our environment can actually make us, cope even better. I think that will go a long way. So basically, if you are a man, even a woman as well, I think we should read up on what, just educate yourself on what International Women's Day is really about, and especially the theme for this year, breaking the bias, what it really means, what we're fighting for, and why we are at this point in our lives trying to have a full balance of what will make our families, our workplace, and our environment, and everything around us just balance out for us, so everyone is happy. Trust me, if a woman is happy, I think 90% of the world's problem will be solved. Okay, I think I'm just exaggerating, but yeah, so many problems will be solved. Let me not put it at 90%. Okay, let's put that 70%. Like, it will be solved. Yeah. Okay, the fifth one is looking inward. So if you have women around you, maybe your daughter, your wife, your friends, just try and pay attention to who they are. Try and pay attention to where they, their stress points, what makes them tick, what they are drawn to naturally. Just try to talk to them and see, what they really, what goes on in their head. Sometimes you learn a lot by just the women around you, just people around you. It makes you see life differently. It makes you understand where they're coming from. Sometimes you might see a lot of women just, because we are emotional beings, so we tend to just, show our emotions, throw tantrums, be aggressive sometimes, not all of us. So sometimes those things come from a place of, being overwhelmed, not able to share, and people not understanding where we're coming from. So I think if we can look inward and just, yeah, we're trying to break the bias, but we can start with our, our forefront. We can start with our household. Talk to your wife, talk to your mothers, talk to people that have been there, even the older women that have been there before the younger ones. Just try to talk to them, know how it has been for them, how it was back for them in the day, what they regret, how they wish the society would be. You sort of give you an idea of what what women are really always talking about, because there's a whole lot. We are not where we're supposed to be right now, but we are definitely far from where we used to. So I think we should start with our forefront, start with our families, people around us, and where we can actually get to understand why. If you really pick interest to understand why women are speaking out today, pick interest and try to understand, I think you get clarity, and not ask questions and throw stupid comments on social media and stating okay, since men are allowed to go and fight in UK, where are the women that are looking for equality? Let them go and pick up the guns and be fighting, and it's like, oh my gosh, is that what we're talking about? So this is the end of my video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do click on the subscribe button as always, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also drop your comments, and I'll see you guys in my next one. So till then, bye guys.